In the grim universe of the 41st millennium, plasma weapons occupy a special place. They are not a mass tool of war like the lasgun, but a rare, dangerous, and incredibly powerful weapon, available only to the elite. The primary role of the plasma gun: the destruction of heavily armored targets that standard weapons cannot handle. This includes power armor of exceptional resilience, dreadnoughts and light armored vehicles, heavy Xenos monsters such as Tyrannid hive tyrants or orc meganobs, fortified firing positions, armored vehicles, bunkers, field fortifications, and artillery shields. Plasma guns are primarily used by elite units: Space Marines, Sisters of Battle, Imperial Guard veterans, Adeptus Mechanicus tech priests, and Inquisitors. This weapon fires a bolt of superheated matter contained within an electromagnetic field. Upon impact, it delivers devastating thermal and kinetic damage, often vaporizing the target or punching through armor by transferring an enormous amount of heat energy. To wield and maintain plasma weaponry is a great honor. It signifies the trust of command and access to relic technologies from the dark age of technology. A bright blue or green plasma bolt, leaving behind only smoking wreckage, has a profoundly demoralizing effect on the enemy. However, the plasma gun also has serious drawbacks, which sometimes outweigh its advantages. Overheating risk. This is the most famous and dangerous flaw. Under sustained fire or due to damage, the weapon may overheat. In the lore, this results in an explosion that vaporizes both the wielder and anyone nearby. This is not a bug, it is a feature, the price of wielding such power in a degenerated age. If hostile Xenos surround you, you can overload the plasma gun and perish together with them, a last-chance grenade. Slow rate of fire. Plasma guns require reloading and recalibration between shots. Between discharges, the wielder is vulnerable. Scarcity and maintenance complexity. Each plasma weapon is a unique artifact produced on specific forge worlds, such as Graia. Repairing one is a ritual for tech priests, not a simple field replacement of parts. Qualified personnel are required and are not always available. Losing a plasma gun is comparable to the loss of a vast fortune. Limited engagement range. Plasma guns are effective only at close to medium range, increasing the risk both to the user and to the weapon itself. A stray bullet or fragment can easily disable it. Because of these risks and its rarity, the plasma gun is unsuitable for arming a mass army. Its effectiveness depends directly on the skill of the warrior and their willingness to sacrifice themselves. You cannot simply re-equip the Imperial Guard with plasma guns en masse, both due to cost and production complexity, as well as limited tactical flexibility. Can a plasma gun exist in reality? And should it? Let us step into our world and the laws of physics. What is plasma? Plasma is the fourth state of matter, an ionized gas consisting of free electrons and ions. The sun, lightning, and even fire, partially, are plasma. In other words, during a thunderstorm, we are all witnessing fire from a natural plasma weapon. Humanity on modern Terra has already created plasma cutters. These devices use a compressed electric arc, plasma, and a gas flow, argon, oxygen, to cut metal. This is effectively a plasma shot, but at distances of centimeters, not meters. Most of the energy is spent on ionizing the gas. To scale plasma cutters up to plasma gun levels, several engineering challenges must be solved. To fire plasma over 100 meters, the plasma must be contained and stabilized. A compact, stable plasma bolt or sphere must be created and held by an extremely powerful magnetic field to prevent it from instantly dispersing in the air and losing energy. Then, this plasma mass must be accelerated out of the barrel at immense speed without losing stability. This requires real-time control of complex magnetic fields, an incredibly difficult task. In a tokamak reactor, plasma is stationary and contained in a vacuum, and the reactor itself is enormous. In a plasma gun, the plasma would have to fly through open air. Ionizing even a small volume of gas to temperatures of tens of thousands of degrees requires a colossal amount of energy. Modern power sources, batteries and capacitors, cannot supply such power in a portable format for any meaningful duration. The shooter would need to carry a power source the size of a car. At that point, it becomes far more realistic to mount plasma weapons on vehicles rather than infantry. On top of that, the process would generate an immense amount of heat. The thermal output from firing and containing plasma would instantly melt any handheld weapon unless fantastical materials were used. This is precisely what the frequent overheating and explosion of plasma weapons in the Warhammer 40,000 universe is based on. A plasma bolt would also immediately lose energy by heating and ionizing the air along its path. There is a high probability that at longer distances, the shot would degrade into a bright flash and a loud bang rather than a lethal projectile. So, why don't plasma guns exist? At the current level of technological development on Terra, plasma guns are impossible. The problems involved are simply unsolved. And more importantly, are they even necessary? No. As small arms, they are entirely unnecessary. On the modern battlefield, sub-caliber and shaped charge munitions are far more energy efficient at penetrating armor than thermal plasma effects. The only potential tactical niche for a plasma gun would be to replace a portable anti-tank launcher with a more compact weapon and a higher rate of fire. Since modern anti-tank launchers are bulky tubes, a plasma gun in the form of a rifle or pistol would indeed be more convenient. In short, when power armor is invented, the need for plasma guns will arise. Until then, we wait. Subscribe to the channel and write in the comments which weapons or phenomena from science fiction universes you would like to see analyzed next.